Hey there. Love Them Knives channel, LTK, here to talk to you about the... No, it's not a bodega. Field Marshal. Yes, it is. And this is the Steelcraft Field Marshal, made by Reate. Reate is a Chinese company, so these are made in China. I think on my video on the Steelcraft bodega that I did, there was some confusion. So, because I was saying, yeah, I got that bodega from Begg Knives in California, and they thought I was talking about Reate. And Reate's Chinese manufacturer. These are made in China. These are production models of the Field Marshal. Of course, I have a video that I did on the custom made Field Marshal that was made by Todd Begg himself, which kicked off this whole deal. And I'll put the link to that because that knife, to my knowledge, is still for sale, which would be good to have because it's a custom-made Todd Begg knife. And it also started this, which, I mean, he made that custom-made Field Marshal, and he made other custom-made Field Marshals, and then they went to this production model, and it's very nice. Of course, I have a lot of respect for Reate knives. They make a great knife. There's no question about that. Their fit and finish quality is great. This has got ceramic bearings. This got S35VN steel. You can see the IKBS moniker here. So, yes, almost a 4-inch blade, 9 inches overall. Let's see if we can do that. Centimeters or inches? Which one do you want first? So there you go. About 4 inches overall. I mean, for blade length, and it's not quite there, but it's close. And I'm using this to keep from scratching the blade. It was a little scary with my tape. So centimeters, there you go. About 95 millimeters, 9.5 centimeters. Overall, 22. Now, just for fun, let's see if we got 22 overall here. Yeah, nah, more like 22, almost 23. So, you know, maybe I need to use my tape in the future as well. As long as I got it coated, right? I'm in good shape. Not quite 4 inches on the blade, though. You're right. It was supposed to be 9 overall, and it is pretty close. And if, you know, depending on how you just a tad over 9, maybe. In any case, I just thought it would be interesting to compare. Oh, carbon fiber, not hurt the scales. 0.54 inch, 13.9 millimeters thick. So, yeah, it's a great EDC thickness here on the handle, 0.54 inch. Good action. I mean, you know, this is a pretty knife. Look at all the milling they've done here. That's a lot of work there. And then you got the ano. Looks a little stonewashy here, doesn't it? Right there. And then you've got a milled pocket clip with the Begg ball. But look at how that pocket clip comes down here. I mean, it's not like a couple of standoffs with screws, then straight across. It's really integrated very nicely. Beautifully done. Little place for your lanyard to go through without sticking it out or having a hole, which sometimes can be nice because it can be part of the design or integrated with the backspacer. But this one's kind of tucked in here to help with the overall aesthetics. Look at the backspacer. Nicely done. Inside. And let's see if what we got inside here. Well, it looks like it's skeletonized a bit in the upper scale, in the lower scales. So there you go. You're relieving yourself of a little bit of weight. Titanium. And this is a hardened steel insert here that's replaceable. And you can see where the insert is meeting the S35VN, about a 25 to 30% lockup. So that's pretty solid. If you look through here, the cutout here, exposing this as being a higher grade than here, so you can get your thumb across and disengage the lock bar easily. You've got jimping that's meaningful, but not sharp. So that's good. Also, you got this front choil, so you can jump forward on this blade. And this one is a satin blade. You can get these in partially black. You can get different colors on these scales. This happens to be blue and silver, but they come in different colors, different anodized colors. Very nice. The action's nice. Lock bar is not real easy to push away, and it does have an over travel stop. You can feel that, like that. So, ceramic detent ball. This is right out of the box, and it comes in the Steelcraft box. It comes with your card, okay, like this. Congratulations. You can, register your knife because you have this serial number used to authenticate, the scan code that you can use, sticker, Todd Begg Knives. So that's all nice. Very nice. And then the actual knife is fitted right into the box like that. Beautifully done, huh? Nice. And, these run about $460. So they're not inexpensive, that's for sure. But, if you think about Todd Begg semi-custom knives, they're a couple of $1,000s and up. So, and a full custom field marshal would, I have no idea, 5,000, 6,000, whatever. So, and a long multi-year wait. So, yes, this is definitely a very much better, more affordable at least, option if you want a field marshal now and you want one that's a little nicer than the Boker that came out a couple of years ago. Might have been more than a couple of years ago, 3 or 4. And that Todd Begg designed Boker knives, and they made the field marshal, but I don't believe it had bearings. I think it had washers, and it just wasn't as nice a quality as this. This one is full titanium, frame lock flipper, ceramic bearings, like we said before. I like this styling cue here. I mean, you got a big, tall, and you got a big old blade here, 4-inch blade. So it'd be a lot of plain Jane if they didn't do this. And I think this is wonderful. This really makes this knife happen. All this design cues coming through here with this pivot. Nicely done, and the hardware's nice and shiny. Very accessible, though, with your Torx drivers to be able to take it apart if you need to for some reason. Yeah, great action on it. Just really nice. Yeah, good knife. They're out and about at different knife sites. I just happened to pull this one up from Knife Center, so you can see $460 in stock. They have a lot of different colors that are available, you know, and they show them off to the side here, different ones. So, and some of them have Damasteel blades, so they're more expensive. Yes, they are. So you got, you know, the high hollow ground blade length, closed length, all that kind of stuff, ceramic, and you can read, you know, over travel, stop, replaceable lock bar insert, all that. 6.4 ounces, not light. Blade thickness, stock should be around 4 millimeters. Let's see. Well, 0.149 inches. I don't think that'll be quite 4. Yeah, 3.77. 3.84. I'm getting higher and higher on the blade. 3.84. It's pretty close to 4 millimeter. Blade stock. Nice and thick, big. You know, fit and finish is great on this knife. And it's a beautiful looking knife. It really is. What does it weigh? Let's find out. 6.3. So they said 6.4. Pretty close, isn't it? 180 grams. It's not light, is it? It's not a light carry. I mean, thank God they milled out the insides of the scales, huh? Woo! 6.3. But it's a big knife. It's all of 9 inches. 0.54 that way. Milled clip, beautifully integrated here. And you can see the screw that comes from the other side. There's just a lot of work. I mean, you know, you can go, well, Reate makes a lot of knives, and a lot of their knives are a lot less than $460. But then you got to think about all this work here, all the ano, all the milling. Now, if you don't like this and you think it's too ostentatious, I guess it's not your knife. But if you like the Field Marshal, well, this is the most affordable way to go down that road with an official Todd Begg, you know, knife. And I like it. I really do. It flips really good. Some people think the blade's too big and too tall and stuff. Other people really love this design. So it just depends. You got some height here as far as in the pocket. And let me see if we got centimeters. We got inches. So, you know, you're at about 1.5 to 1 5/8 inches tall. That's not too bad for height here. Of course, I didn't measure here, but yeah, and that might be a little taller. It's not real thick of a handle, so that shouldn't be a problem with pocket carry. It would just be if, you know, you felt that 6.3 is a little heavy for an EDC, and I don't know how likely this is to be an everyday carry necessarily. Depends on, you know, what you're used to. If you carry $300, $400, $500 knives on a daily basis, yeah, no problem. But if you this would be your grail knife, then this might be just a carry here and there that you might have on special occasions. And it's a nice fit and finish action, you know. Reate just does a good job on their knives, don't they? Yes, and it's centered. And no blade play, no lock rock, nothing there. I mean, just incredible. Really good. I mean, and you'd expect so from a knife like this with this price range. So there's nothing wrong with that. See, here's just like a standard. This is the Kaiser Sovereign, but I use this because this is a 3.5 inch, you know, kind of like your normal EDC size knife. Well, this one's bigger. This is just a bigger knife. This is a 3.5-inch blade. This is almost all of 4 inches. So, as you can see, much bigger. And this is a pretty tall blade here. And this has still got to beat the Field Marshal. So, here you go back here. Pivot to pivot. It's not a big, huge difference, pivot to pivot, but it's enough. So, just thought maybe you'd like that comparison. Nice. This one's going on to one of the viewers who had it kind of shipped to me so I could have some handling time on it before it went forward to him. I don't have one of these in my collection. I don't have any Steelcraft knives in my collection right now. So, but I think the full-size Steelcraft Bodega would be my first. And then this would be my second. I'm not really that interested in the mini Bodega or the Quaken. So I'd say this one and the full-size Bodega. I like a bigger carry knife anyhow. But if I had both these knives, I'd have $900 tied up. And that's a lot of money for me. But I really appreciate the opportunity to have this in my hands. And this is the way it came out of the box. Really good action. Pretty knife. So it's nice to have some hands-on time with it, just to get a really good feel, and also to be able to put it on video, not only for your benefit, but for my benefit for later when I start trying to slowly fill my bucket list of all the knives I'd want to have in my collection. And I have a feeling my bucket list is bigger than my wallet. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry I took so much of your time. Subscribe if you'd like. We've got more knives coming, and some of it will be interesting. A lot of them Chinese, just so happens. But that's because the new ZTs aren't out yet. And when they come in, we will look at those. You know what we do? Yes, we do. We love them knives. Stay sharp.